Alison, if you're there, do you want to unmute yourself and ask Andy your question about UBI?
Brilliant. Hi, Andy. Yeah, I've been listening today and just hearing about all these fantastic projects, fantastic people, and all the people that are affected. I'm very passionate about universal basic income. I can't think of anything that anybody's mentioned so far that couldn't be helped if you could get UBI to work. So I've got a very specific question, very specific ask. I'll read my question out. A universal basic income would help everyone and leave no one excluded. That's what I believe. And you've expressed clear support for this idea this year. Would you now join the growing UBI cross-party group of MPs, councillors and peers and others to explore and influence this work? This is a fantastic new innovation of a cross-party group that doesn't just run cross-party, it runs up and down all levels. And it would be fantastic to have you on that group and to have representation for Manchester so that we could explore. I know there's a lot of discussion, a lot of arguments about UBI, but we could actually see if we could make it work. And I feel that's the place where there could be traction and influence at the moment. Thank you very much.
So Alison, answer to your question, yes, if they would have me as a member of the group, absolutely. I think if you look back at the pandemic, you have to conclude that the poorest people in the poorest communities have been dangerously exposed to everything that's happened this year. And that is as a result of their work, their housing and their income levels, because some people have just not been able to self-isolate, have they needed to. And actually it was all laid bare in February in the Marmot report. I don't know if you saw that, the 10 years on of the Michael Marmot's review of health inequalities. He demonstrated clearly that poor quality work, poor quality housing seriously damage people's health. So where I'm coming at this from, absolutely, I think, if you had a universal basic income, you would save so much money in other ways. We were just talking to Sonia about homelessness. How much do we spend dealing with the consequences of homelessness rather than just setting people up to succeed rather than set people up to fail? I personally like the idea of housing first being a national policy where the issue of a safe, decent home is a human right in UK law. And I think that could be part of an approach to UBI that also kind of guarantees affordable housing as part of the overall package. So I think there are different ways of looking at it, aren't there? But I think the foundation of a good home with a level of income that is enough to live on, you've got a chance then. Without those two things, your head is going to be bobbing under the water, isn't it, all over the time? And so I absolutely agree with you about it. And I think for those who'd say it's unaffordable or a pie in the sky, what the public sector wastes through not having those things by paying for failure constantly in crisis is more than what it would take just to set people up properly from the off. So absolutely with you, happy to join the group, and let's get this campaign properly moving.